Maple and Rosemary. Once there was a tree who was very lonely. She was a sugar maple, so she was sweet and lovely. The other trees around her were cedars and pines, and they stayed green all winter. They didn't have time for a tree that was all bark and no leaf for half the year. All she wanted was to have someone to talk to. Then one day something flew at her. It was bright and fast like a shooting star, but it had limbs and it was raining from its eyes. It scrambled up into her branches and hung on. "Everybody hates me," it cried. "I have no friends." The tree's branches trembled and all her leaves shook. Her wish had been granted. "Who are you?" she asked. "I'll be your friend." The girl, for it was a girl, said her name was Rosemary. The tree said her name was Maple. Rosemary told Maple all about her troubles at the school, across the grass, until someone shouted her name. "Gotta go," Rosemary said. "See you." "I'll be here," said Maple. Rosemary came most days after school and taught Maple about letters and numbers. Maple showed her about leaf-eating caterpillars that turn into pollinating butterflies. Rosemary caught Maple's seeds spinning in the wind and planted them. Every time Rosemary left, she said, "See you," and Maple said, "I'll be here." It was the promise of a friend. But one day, Rosemary didn't come. Maple ached with loneliness. Once you have a friend, you know what you are missing when they are gone. Maple wanted the winter to cover her with snow and never, ever melt. Maple grew, her limbs thickened, and her branches spread out. At the edge of her canopy, 3 young maples were shooting up. They were giddy and wobbled in the wind. Year after year, the robins came to nest, the barred owl hunted from her top branches, and the fox sniffed at her roots for mice. Not one of them stopped for a conversation. Year after year, winter swept into summer. Leaves bloomed, burned, then fell. One day in the early fall, a young woman walked across the grass from the school. She came straight to the tree and put her hands on her bark. "Is it you, Maple?" Maple's branches quivered. Was it? Could it be? "Rosemary?" she rustled. "Are you Rosemary?" "How you've grown," Rosemary said. "I suppose I've grown too. I'm a teacher now, at the school across the grass." Rosemary looked into Maple's flickering leaves. "I want to bring my class outside," Rosemary said. "I think we should start by building you a swing. Would you like that?" "Sure, what's a swing?" Maple asked, but Rosemary was already gone, striding across the grass. She came back with arms full of rope and wood. She climbed onto Maple's branches and tied the ropes on, and then she fastened a plank. Maple felt the tug on her branch when Rosemary swung back and forth. Rosemary laughed and laughed. Maple's leaves fluttered with the delight. "You will always have friends when you have a swing," Rosemary said. "But it is a good friend who makes me a swing," said Maple. The next time Rosemary came, she brought a swarm of children as small as Rosemary was when she first came to visit. Rosemary showed them the robin's empty nest and fox tracks and the pellet from the owl. But best of all was how the children giggled on the swing. Maple had never been so happy. When they had to go, the children said, "Bye, Maple, see you soon." And Maple said, "I'll be here." As Maple grew taller, Rosemary grew smaller. She stopped coming with her class, but she still came with a book. Rosemary sat in her chair and read to Maple. Maple dropped a branch that Rosemary leaned on when she walked. You have always been here for me, Rosemary said to Maple. You have become a part of me. What did that mean, Maple wondered. She spread her leaves to the sky and remembered when Rosemary built the swing. She caught the rain in her bark and remembered when Rosemary had cried. She soaked in the sun and remembered Rosemary's laugh. Then Maple understood. Rosemary was a part of Maple too, as real as roots. Now Maple knew what it meant to have a true friend. No matter where you are always together. Maple felt a leaf bud unfurl, and her sap moved under her bark. She knew to her core that she would never be lonely again. The end.